Aloha, welcome to Butt or Fly. Uh, I wanted to talk about a simple way to look at yourself if you're open to self inquiry. It's as if the initial process of trying to figure ourselves out, you're going to realize our biggest issue is our subconscious, which is a source of our sabotage. When you start looking at yourself, you'll see that you have a very subjective view of things. And you actually see two sides. And at times, this creates a lot of confusion for us. But in understanding this subjective way, this means that we're kind of biased. We see one side of it, subjective. And when you look at these three things that I'm going to talk about, it's going to trigger. Each one of these things will trigger, but each one of these three things reflect the same thing for you. And this is what you believe of life. What you believe of life is probably an accurate reflection of what you believe of God. And what you believe of God is probably an accurate reflection of what you believe of truth. Now, belief simply means that we do not know. My challenge for you is, can you know those three things? Can you know what life is? Can you know what God is? And can you know what truth is? Now, our minds may struggle with that, but you knowing that, taking some time to look at what this triggers in you, look at what you think, but don't act on it. For what your mind believes of these three things actually is the first barrier to knowing these three. So, we have a subjective way to look at life, God, and truth. However, in this misorientation that our minds is projecting, it's not subjective. The object is really you. And when you look inward and you understand this is what your mind believes of these subjects, when you're calm without your mind meditative, you may start experiencing what you know. And starting to expand your studies and understanding what is this experience, what is knowing, what is this inside of you, you're going to understand there's a big difference between belief and knowing. So imagine if you could know these three things rather than needing to believe in it, that you could know what life is, you could know what God is to you, and you can know what truth is to you. And when you find this foundation in the now, you're going to find that your mind is still biased. It's going to always be subjective because it's oriented on your past. But in awareness, you can orient yourself, the object that is observing. You can detach yourself from that you're looking at, especially that you're looking at within your mind. So with a little bit of detachment, you'll see this subjective view to look at these three things. Objectively, if you look at these three things when you're calm, you may find that you have a knowing. And you may find that you have a not knowing as well. And that is true intelligence. This is the birth of curiosity. When you know you don't know, we stop believing and then we might start desiring to know. So I challenge you to read on these subjects, understand what these things are outside of what our condition is, see what other people are saying. Butterfly is specifically designed to show you ancient knowledge for you to use, for you to understand, to ground yourself in the now, to experience what is knowing for you. And knowing can only be attained by one in the now. Good luck on your journey.